What did the company look like when you're in your like early 30s? Like size, success,
Well, I probably,
services.
yeah, one of my wisest thing that I did as a entrepreneurial is I married an accountant. And so highly recommend it. So, but I do joke. I got married when I was 25, and I remember dating prior to that. And I kind of go through my qualifications for who my future wife would be, and I think God just whispered in my ear, "You need an accountant."
Check off that box.
Check off that box. So my very good friend at that time, Paula, was an accountant, and yeah, we were friends for a couple years prior, and there she was right in front of me. So that is a huge thing for any entrepreneurial to have someone who kind of manages the finance and the organization of that. And so once I was about in my early 30s, Paula was still working full time, and we had the dream that she would be able to quit her job at Sears, and be able to work full time for the company. And so I think once we had our second child, and she was off for a year of mat leave. And then she came, on a full time and never went back. At that point, we were a fairly, strong janitorial company. We were competent in what we were doing. We were getting pretty effective at our specialty services. We had just moved into a shop and built a facility that would enable us to grow to the next steps. So we were doing a lot of different services. From that, much of what we do and what we are today is a deeper, more refined perspective. Sometimes in business, certain things kind of blow you one direction and then they blow you another direction, perhaps in the same field, but more focused on commercial services or more focused on residential services.
Right.
It's really in the last, 5 or 10 years, we've been much more clear-minded of what we want, where we want it, and how we're going to get there. We've been 10, 12 years, maybe in 15 years, actually, where we're very intentional about our business planning. Annually, we go away, 3-day intensive business planning. Really take a lot of time to give some thought to what we do. So what were we back in the 30s? We're what we were today, much bigger, much more refined, much better at what we do. A lot more, it's one thing to do it yourself, but to get people to work the way you do, and to care as much as you do, and take the time to care for customers in the same fashion. Those things are hard to find. The last 10, 15 years has been refining the desire, and the ability to be able to get on board great people, and to be able to take the company to where we really want to go.
Mm-hmm.